with So Inspired by Bonnie with another Tuesday's tip. And today we're going to discuss Serger bins or Serger thread catchers or scrap catchers and their plastic bags that come with them, and how we can make them reusable and actually easier to use. So I'm going to refresh the page on my computer and make sure that we have some people showing up and that everybody can hear me and we're all good to go. So if you are here, please give me a shout out, a like, or say hi. Hi Leslie, I see you. It's kind of strange saying I see you when I really don't, but I really do. It's fun. Okay, I see Donna. She said, good morning, good morning. Terry Knight. Oh, we're going to talk about you, Terry. Patty and Sally, I see several of you showing up. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. Just as a side note, if you haven't signed up for our newsletter, please do so. It's over at www.soinspiredbybonnie.com. And we give out new announcements, like our Bark Buddies were just released a couple weeks ago. That's where we announce our sales, and sometimes I send out freebies from within the newsletter. So you'll definitely want to sign up for that. But today we're going to discuss Serger bins or trash bins or thread catchers, whatever name you want to go by. This one happens to be a baby lock Serger bin that I got from a dealer in town. And what they do, their purpose, let me put this computer to the side because I know you're here, so I know we're good to go. What their purpose is to catch the little snippets of fabric or thread or what have you into, you put this underneath your serger. If you don't have one, I know many of you do, but if you don't have one, this is how they work. You put this little surface under your serger, and then this little trash bag is right there by your serger, so it catches all the threads and fuzz and scraps that come off your serger, so it doesn't just go all over your table or floor. Now, today's tip comes from Terry Crawford, who's a good friend of mine, and she shared this with me. And ordinarily I don't do serger tips, but I thought this one was such a clever idea that I had to share it with you. These serger bins or thread catchers or whatever you want to call them come with plastic bags to catch all the trash, right? And when you fill one up, you take this apart. This is traditionally how it works. You take this apart. You probably have to move your serger out of the way. Take this apart and you throw the bag away. And then you wind up having to buy new bags. Well, Terry's idea was very, very clever. She went to the kitchen, and I know you girls probably all have this, and I thought two different sizes would work. You can use either the gallon size, or I think even the quart size might work as well. But I got the gallon size Ziploc bags, just any brand will do. And she took this thing, and she didn't just, open it up and use it this way. Oh no, she was very clever. What she did was she cut off the bottom of her Ziploc bag, and you can use a rotary cutter, or you can just kind of eyeball it like I am. It's a trash bag. This isn't heirloom sewing or anything, that someone's gonna come, the cutting police are not gonna come and say you didn't cut real straight. And you're just gonna cut off a little, end like that, right? And then you're going to take your bag and you're going to wrap it around like you would the other bag. And, just wrap it around so that you got, a couple of inches. And then stuff it in like you would the bags that come with the kit. And I'm kind of doing this a little bit quickly, so I would do a little bit nicer job if I were doing it for real. But, oh, let me get that tucked underneath. I didn't get enough tucked over. So you get that in there, and you can kind of pull it down. I got in a hurry. And I'm also not laying this flat. So you pop it down in there like you would ordinarily, and see, I still have a little bit sticking out, but you get the idea. You can pull this down and smooth it out. You know, I'm not going to waste your time. You kind of know how to do that. So you get it so that it's lined up nice and smooth and everything's tucked in. And then you have the Ziploc down here. So when this bag gets full, all you have to do is bring your trash can over from your sewing room. Just bring it underneath. You don't have to disturb anything up here. Once it's all set, you don't have to take this in and out. You unzip the bottom of your Ziploc bag, and then all those threads and scraps will fall into the trash can that you put underneath it. So you don't have to disturb this. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of new bags, because I think those little bags are kind of expensive. I'm not sure. I haven't bought a new bag. I just have the one that came with it. But this, when you're done emptying it, then of course all you have to do is zip the bag back up, and you're ready to fill it up again. So it makes it reusable. You've got the supplies already in your kitchen. Super simple, and sometimes I think the simplest ideas are the best, don't you? So that in mind, I thought, well, this is kind of fun, you know, taking an idea from someone else and sharing it with all of you, because you might not have heard of that tip. I know Terry kind of came up with that on her own. So what I thought I would do is, she doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to send Terry 5 half sheets of Glitter Flex for sharing that tip with me so that I can share it with all of you. So here's my deal. If you have a really good tip that you just think, oh, this is really good, I think other people could benefit from using this tip, send it to me at Bonnie at sewinspiredbybonnie.com, and that's SEW, inspiredbybonnie.com. And if I use your tip and share it with everybody on Facebook Live, I will send you 5 half sheets of the Glitter Flex. Now, if you don't know what Glitter Flex is, it's a type of heat transfer vinyl that we do sell. We have over 50 some odd colors, and I know some of you are wanting to add to your stash of Glitter Flex, and some of you have never tried it and maybe want to try it. We do have a video on how to use it with embroidery designs. It can also just be used and fused without any embroidery whatsoever. So if you have some good tips and want to share them, and if I use your tip on Facebook Live, I will send you 5 half sheets of Glitter Flex. So I thought that'd be kind of fun to shake things up a little bit here on Facebook Live with our Tuesday's tips. But I hope you've enjoyed our little serger bin tip and how to create a reusable bag that you don't have to readjust, move the serger off, and take everything apart to empty out the bag. So, having said that, I'm going to go back to the computer and make sure we don't have any questions. Terry said, thanks. She loves Glitter Flex. Yes, she's gotten herself a little stash going, so I'm sure she'll find some good uses for these half sheets. Sandy said that she hopes this will be posted later because she missed the first part. That's a good question, and I forgot to remind everybody. Yes, this will be posted later. We will leave it on Facebook. I will, post it immediately to the Facebook page, and then later on it will be posted to the YouTube channel that we have at So Inspired by Bonnie on YouTube. And it will also be posted onto our Pinterest page under the same name. So if you happen to miss us live, there's several ways that you can see it afterwards. Let's see. I'm looking to see if we have any other questions. Oops. It looks like everybody's just kind of posting from where they're coming from or viewing from, which is really cool. So I don't see any other questions. If you do have a question, don't hesitate to put it in the comments section even after we go off live here, because I do go back and look over the comments and try to answer any questions anyone might have. I'm sure Terry might pop in here too, since it was her tip, if she has any better solutions than what I come up with to any questions. Leslie just asked, I would like to know what glitter flex was used on the mermaids. On the bottom of the mermaid page is a mermaid glitter flex kit, and it will list all the colors that were used on the mermaids, as well as give you the opportunity to purchase the same colors that I used for the mermaids right there on the mermaids page. So if you go to soinspiredbybonnie.com and then go to the mermaids page, toward the bottom you will see kits. That's true with all the designs that I use the glitter flex with. There will be toward the bottom of that designs page a glitter flex kit that corresponds to those designs. Kristen said, had asked, good question, have I ever opened up my cabinets on my live show? Do you girls want to see what's in those cabinets? I don't know. I haven't checked them. I might have stuffed something in them, but generally they're pretty organized. I did a video quite a while ago on how to fold your fabric so it's all neat and tidy and organized. I haven't. Do you want me to? I'll open one. Let me peek before I let you see. That one's not too bad. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it. This one I think I've stuffed a couple of. This one's not too bad, but I have a couple of unfinished projects here. But if you're curious about how to fold your fabrics, I do have a video on YouTube on that. It's one of my earlier videos, so you can check that out. That's kind of fun. Anna just said, wow. Yeah, my husband says the same thing sometimes. Wow. No, he's very supportive. I tease and joke about it, but I'm very fortunate to have a very supportive husband of my hobbies. Kristen said, dang it, girl, that's serious organization. Well, it's nice. It's the first time in many years that I've had it organized. Well, not the first time. Many years I've had it organized like that now. But before, I was not as organized, and it drove me nuts. And this method works for me, and it stays organized, so I love it. Anna says, I want to know what you do with your pieces and not enough to fold and look neat. Well, I need to do a video on that. I don't want to turn my back, but I'll show you a little sneak peek. These are my holidays, and I put them in a drawer, and I still fold them up, but I fold them up smaller. So these are like under a yard, you know. And then when I go smaller still for applique fabrics, then I put those in Ziploc bags according to color. So those are also in a drawer, kind of organized. But if you'd like a more detailed video on that, I can, certainly we can cover that in another Tuesday's tip. I'm kind of getting onto the farm to market road. Karen says, I need some of those cabinets. When I said I have a supportive husband, I really mean it. One year I was out of town, and when I came back, he surprised me with the cabinets. And it was his, I think he was trying to help me get organized, I don't know. But he found them at either Home Depot or Lowe's, one of the two places, and they were not very expensive. They were pretty inexpensive. I think IKEA has something very similar as well. So, you know, you never know where you'll find something that will definitely work in your sewing room to help you get organized. Kay says, mine is more of a search and rescue room. Kay, I can relate. I used to have a search and rescue room myself, but now I have a resource center where I have things organized, and I have them organized by fabric type so that I know where my cottons are. I know where my lycras and stretch fabrics are and things like that. And it saves me time, and I sew better. I get more done when I'm organized. If I'm having to hunt for things, I get frustrated. So that's the way I work. Everybody that's creative has a little different method to their madness, but that's how I work best. Michelle says, hi there, she just joined in. Hi, Michelle. You'll be able to watch the full version later on if you care to. We will save this and post it on the Facebook page as well as on our YouTube channel and our Pinterest page. So you won't have to miss out on any of our chatter, how we got off onto the farm to market road here. Terry Crawford said, makes you happy to be organized. It does, Terry. It's kind of like a weight lifted off of the shoulders to be organized, and it does make me happy. I can come in and I can see at a glance what I've got and what might work and what I might need to still go shopping for. So anyway, yeah, maybe we'll do a video on how I organize the smaller scraps and whatnot, because it really is helpful, I think, to be organized. Linda said, it is a huge job in doing. It is a big job. It took me quite a while to get all that fabric folded. I'm not going to, fib about that. But what I did was I broke it up into smaller segments. So I just said, okay, I'm going to do, an hour a day, or I'm going to do 30 minutes a day, or whatever time you have. Eventually you do get it caught up and it is organized. And the thing is once it's done, it's done. And if you buy new stuff, you just come in and fold it. It's really easy to keep up with. So the initial is a time investment, but it's time well spent. And if you break it into smaller segments, it's very doable. Mady says, I think it's Mady. I hope I'm saying your name right. She said, I wish my husband wasn't jealous of my sewing. He thinks sewing is more important than him, and I'm just starting. Well, maybe do a little sewing and do something nice with him or for him. He'll get there once, or make something for him. Use your sewing to make something for him. Make him a quilt or something to keep him involved in it somehow, and maybe that'll help. Let's see. Michelle says, I have cane baskets and color coordinated them into section, but my cat loves sleeping in them. Yes, our little pets do enjoy getting next to things that we handle in the sense that we have. It's neat how they like to cuddle up next to our stuff. And sometimes it's not so neat because you don't want them on there, but life would be very boring without our pets. I can't imagine. Let's see. Anna says, since retiring, I've dedicated Mondays to organizing my fabric room. I have a separate sewing room and a supportive husband. It's wonderful when you have a supportive husband. I feel for those that don't. I really do, because sewing has brought me joy through the years and has given me an outlet to show, to express my love for my family and things like that you can't do otherwise. It's something that will be there even when you're not, that you hope that when they look at it, they'll think of you and have some good memories and times you've shared together. So yeah, sewing can be very relaxing, very rewarding, and it's something I find sewists to be people that are givers, because they give of their time to create, and they normally give everything they make away and don't have anything for themselves. I run into that sometimes myself. I'm like, oh, I gave that all away. But anyway, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy sewing as much as I do, and I hope everybody has as supportive, if not more so even, of a husband or family members as I have, that enjoy, you sewing for them. Let's see. I saw Kristen make some comment about hers used to be a lot messier, but then it flipped and I can't see her comment anymore. Linda said, sewing is a very stress reliever for me, and my husband encourages me and even helps in sewing, cleaning, etc. So it's important. Wow, he helps you in the cleaning. Well, when my husband bought these, he helped me in the cleaning too. Actually, Kristen helped him with that. It was kind of a partner in crime, I think, getting that together. But yeah, it is a good stress reliever. And I think even if, Nancy Zeman out there promotes 15-30 minutes a day, if that's all you can do, get in the room and just give yourself a little unwind time. So, well, I think we have covered the Serger bins, and then we went off onto another subject entirely, which is fun. That's fine. It's good to do that every now and again, and just sort of, I know people like to see behind the scenes and kind of see a little bit into the life of one another. And I enjoy seeing everybody else's sewing rooms just as much as you guys enjoy seeing mine, and when it's nice and tidy or when it's a mess. Either way, we enjoy seeing that. Well, until next Tuesday, and I'm thinking of having a surprise. I'm working on a surprise for you guys, so I hope it works out. I hope that you will come back next Tuesday, and we will have a new Tuesday's tip. So again, if you have any questions, please post them in the comments. I will go over them and answer everything that I possibly can. So until next Tuesday, bye for now.